We kind of have tagged a line called Revolutionizing the Range. I've been pretty fortunate and pretty blessed in my life. I grew up on a ranch. I've been there. I've kicked tons of cottonseed cake out with the back of a burlap sack, which you can kind of see. We've mimicked that a little, but I spent a lot of time in the feed yard and was in the feed yard when this distillers came out. And I saw firsthand what we were able to do in the feed yard with that product. Well, not only that, but we got a wild hair to get in the ethanol business. So not only do I know how the feed yard and the cattle industry works, but I also am very, very familiar with good distillers versus bad distillers. And if I'm sitting in your shoes, that's really, really important. Because when this ethanol industry started out, it got started out on a wrong foot with a lot of distillers product. So we really, really watch that, and we're really, really careful about sourcing our DDG. We've found the 5 plants that we want to source through that can give us a really good, solid average on our fat content. But our goal basically at MasterHand is just to, for the first time ever, offer this DDG in large quantities to the ranch and give you a product that you've never had access to. For a lot of you have heard about DDG, probably most of it bad, and I get it, I understand. But my job is to educate, and the testimonies and the ranchers that feed it, the product sells itself. What we're doing today is simplifying a lot of things that we have had to make complicated over the years. So basically distillers is just basically a corn product that is concentrated down into a third. So everything you're getting is all natural without one thing, and we touched on little bits of sulfur. You have to really watch your total sulfur intakes, but with our selection of our ethanol plants, we found that, and we watch how those plants run, and over time they use a lot of different cleaning processes. So you're not going to see those sulfur residuals that you've heard horror stories about the previous 10 years. So that industry's changed a lot, it's grown a lot, and it's going to continue to grow. One thing that you'll know about Amy and I is we're very open book. We're not here with any smoke and mirrors. I get asked every time, are you sure? There's no binders, no bet night, there's none of that. So no, you're welcome to come to the plant. Comes right out of the truck, right in our process, and right out the back door. Well, not only that, but every week we sample our product and we post our results on the internet. And we use Servitech, who most everybody's known, but we watch that very, very carefully. But it's really important for you guys to customize your minerals, to look at your supplements. This is not a cure-all. It's another tool in the toolbox that will help you achieve the goals you want to achieve on your ranch. We've been able to offer basically 3 products: the 7/8 range cube, the 1/2-inch calf pellet, and we're producing this year for the first time a creep feed. And the same thing that we're seeing on the ranch with the cow cube, you'll see in the wildlife. So we've kind of stumbled on this creep feed. There's been several people creep feeding it straight to their calves and getting along great. They love the condition it puts in the calf. They don't get really fleshy, really fat, because it's non-starch. You're not depositing fat on that animal. You know, the feeding rates vary. You know, it really depends on what you're after, but typically, you know, 2 to 3 pounds is going to be gobs plenty. If a guy's trying to really push some calves and grow them, it's very safe. It's a very safe product that you can feed at multitude of rates, and really depends on what your goals are. It's fed in every aspect, from the cows to the calves to the weaning, yearlings, you know, basically bulls, heifers. It's that versatile, and I've had many people that have the ability to feed DDG but don't necessarily need it in a cube because that increases their cost. We're okay with that, because we will put you in touch with the people that can supply you DDG, whether it be in this cube or whether it be in bulk. At the end of the day, it's a great product that's going to gain steam out in the marketplace, just because it is the cheapest protein, all natural energy source in the market today. You know, I just keep harping on the same things, but where we're pulling the starch out in the ethanol plant and basically leaving the fat and protein, that's what those animals need. And with that palatability and that forage digestion that you get in addition to feeding this product is where the benefits are at. You know, as compared to 20% range cube, this is much more highly digestible, and I'm not here to you know, cut any other 20% or any of those. Those products fit in a lot of places. This one's just different. This is more like feeding a ration than you are feeding a supplement, because you're getting the energy that we've not been able to deliver historically. One really key point is the phosphorus, and we've touched on that a little bit, but when you're looking at your phosphorus levels and you're seeing that you're getting, you know, 0.7 to 1% phos, you can really pull back the cost in your minerals. You know, so you get with your trace mineral people, you get with your nutritionists, with those supplement companies, and figure that out. You know, this is just a little simple math that kind of everybody runs, but everybody kind of knows about cost per unit of protein. And when we're looking at this, we look at everything as unit of protein and don't ever throw anything in there as fat, because nobody knows what it does. Nobody knows what the fat can do to the animal, but it's all visual. So as long as we have this product priced competitively on a cost per unit of protein, it's a no-brainer. It's an absolute no-brainer, because within 2 weeks, you'll visually see the change and the difference in the visual appearance of your animal. We deal dealer direct. You know, we're not out there selling feed direct. We give a lot of avenues, but this is just a list of our dealers here in the Sandhills in Nebraska. We've expanded up into northern South Dakota. We're down into Oklahoma, Kansas, and have built a really, really good team in Lexington that I can hold my hand up high, that is all about customer service. Because anybody can make a cube, make a product, but if we can't service it, you don't need it. We just are glad to be a part of the Sandhills, and I'm really looking forward to doing business with you, and thanks for having us.